I'm in the process of making a new router sled, a new crosscut sled for my table saw. And one of the reasons that I am doing that is that the original one was made out of MDF, and I only intended for it to be a temporary thing in the first place. One of the problems with it's not a problem, but the MLT100 miter saw from Makita has narrow slots, narrow T-slots in it for your guide runners, and they're 12 millimeters. These are the original ones, made of hardwood, 12 millimeter, and they're a lot fiddlier to muck around with. So what I've done this time, and I'll show you a close-up hopefully, is I have put a little angle that is 12 millimeters across, and I got these from Bunnings. I routed a slot very carefully between the distances of the slots, that is the inside edges of the slots, and that now seems to work very well. I shall show you shortly how it will go, because I'm in the middle of gluing this particular top up yet. Now this is the original rail, front rail that I used, and as you can see there have been a couple of different chop outs, if you like, and that's because of slap in the runners, and that's what sort of started to annoy me, because I wasn't getting accurate enough cuts. Hence, looking at what would be the best way for me to get a cross-cut sled with no lateral movement between the slots. If you look closely at that one, that was the rear slot too, so there you can see just a little tiny deviation from square at one stage, and that's because of the slap in the runners. Now most of the videos that I see on YouTube tell me to use 3/4 inch ply. However, because of COVID, our local Bunnings store is almost completely devoid of plywood, so the next best thing was this chipboard. And you know, I think what I'll do eventually is I'll give this a coat of clear finish, and it'll probably stand up to a little bit of punishment once I complete the thing and put it into use. Now I'm just in the process of I've drilled and countersunk these holes here, and I'll just put the screws in as I did down here, but you can see how this is more solid, I think, because it's angled for a start, and there is certainly not as much slap in these as the original hardwood one. Well, so far so good, and there's the slide, so that works, and there's almost no slap in it that I can detect, so that's good. Maybe I'll get some more accurate cuts this time. No excuses. Now I've just made my cuts through, and you can see that at the very end, of course, we have this, and that's a very dangerous situation. I actually have a stop on the other end, which is this little baby here, which is adjustable so that I don't go any further than I need to, and because this sled is now narrower, I have to reset this back here in order that I don't exceed, say, that. Now what I also have over here, which was attached to the original one, is this little baby here, and that will go on there like so, and I'll screw that to the deck, and that gives me, so that my hand doesn't get shoved into the saw and I lose it. I've screwed on my safety box, and I've done a test cut on this piece of timber that I joined the other day. The stop, well, it's not going to go through there, of course. I've got my stop in position so it won't come through any further than here, and it's square, so that's it, job well done, except I'm going to put across here my two little battens and put my acrylic sheet. That actually stops a lot of the dust coming up into my face. However, I will have to trim it because that's the length of the original one. But there we are. A new cross-cut sled. Whoopie-doo. So now I've just attached this. It's only on with a little bit of, well, white tack, not blue tack. These things. And that's good. So I can take that off anytime I need to. And it protects my eyes from sawdust and what have you that may come up. Beautiful. Now I can start work. That's really good. I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.